What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're still working on that 1947 Divco milk truck. We're finally going to get the rear end set under the frame. We're going to be designing our own parallel 4-link bars. We're going to be designing our own Watts link setup. So stick around. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you are, share this out. Drop a comment, drop a like, drop a dislike. Let's get at it. All right, so before we get started in this video, I'm going to do a giveaway, okay? I'm gonna have a little bit of fun throughout this video, and I'm going to give you guys a keyword sometime throughout the video. I don't know what word that is. It could be, I don't know, vintage and customs. It could be welder. It could be airbags. It could be hand wipes. I don't know. I don't know what that word's gonna be just yet, but sometime throughout the video, I'm gonna say, all right, your keyword for today's drawing is whatever, okay? So once you hear that word, drop that word into the comments. It's gotta be the correct word too. If you get that word correct, I'm going to be giving you guys, I'm going to be sending out whoever the username is, or put it into some randomizer or some drawing, or somehow we'll make it fair, okay? You will get a hat, you'll get a shirt, you'll get some stickers, and you will get a magnetic koozie from me. Now, if you don't want to play the game, you just say, I want a hat, a t-shirt, or koozie, a sticker, something, go to thevintage10customs.com, and you can go take a look over there as well. So don't forget, listen throughout the entire video for keyword. Whatever that word is, drop that in the comments for your entry into it. All right, here we go. First thing I need to do, I've got the frame kind of leveled out where I need it so I can start measuring front to back, everything. Well, the frame is level, okay? And also right now I have the axle sitting, or it's tucked up in there as far as it can go. And it's also at the height that I need. The overall dimensions with the tire and the wheel that the combo I'm running is 29.5 inches. I have set the center of that axle to 14 3/4. That's half of that. So I know that axle, that's exactly where that axle needs to be. And well, I brought the frame down to it, as far down onto it as I can. And it's sitting on the back of the frame here. And then I went ahead and leveled it out so I can see how much I have to drop this. Now, I want to be dragging frame on this. I might be about a 1/2 inch off the ground, but it's going to be so close to the ground that I'm pretty much going to be pulling off the bumpers, and I'm okay with that. So the frame currently is at 7 inches to the ground. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull out 7 inches of the back here because it's resting on it right now. I need to be able to get this frame to drop. Frame can't drop because it's being held up by the axle. So now I need to bring that whole section up with a notch of some sort. 7 inches up. Yep. I want to try my best to not have to cut too much of the floor out in there, so I don't want to go too crazy with the huge notch in this back half. But we already know we have to take out 7 inches, plus a little bit. That way we're not completely aired out. We're banging and clanging right, you know, steel to steel, axle to frame. So if I build, here's my inch play, basically the gap I want to have play around to where I have a clearance between the frame and the axle. I just build a notch from here, 7 inches, maybe a 4-inch frame on top, 3 or 4 inch. We'll probably see what it looks like with 3, probably go to a 4. Basically, I should be able to build an opening that's 7 inches from here. There's my inch to play with because it's on the bump stop. And then that should be giving me my notch. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out, get it mocked up over here and see how we're sitting. All right, here's the plan. There's the notch from the axle to the top or the bottom of the top of the notch thing is 8 inches. That should give me that 7-inch clearance there. Now I should be able to cut that section out. Frame will drop down to the floor, then 7 inches. I still have an inch of play kind of, so I'm not, like I mentioned earlier, hitting the axle to the top of that notch. Well, now all I got to do is, let's see, 1, 2, 3 more burn ends and cut the center section out. Let's get at it. All right, I may have lied to you guys just a little bit, okay? At the beginning, I was talking about doing a parallel 4-link, and well, that's just not going to happen. We're going to have to triangulate this thing. So I haven't finished capping off the top of the bridge just yet, or the notch just yet, because I want to be able to see down this. And well, there is the axle tube housing. It's going to sit. Now this is about centered on the frame. It's just going to sit in here and clear everything. And well, the 4-link bar, there's no way I could do a parallel, because the parallel, let's do it on this side because it's easier to see. Parallel, there would have been a bar on top and then a bar on the bottom, kind of keeping everything. Well, this support going to the top or going between is going to be in the way of anything going on the top. So I use this kind of makeshift pipe. That's going to be the length of my lateral bars. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find the angle that's going to clear the frame there. On my head. Oh, it's a bracket. Clear the frame and still get on the axle. So what I decided is I'm going to put a tab right there on the end of this bar, drop it down about 1 inch from the frame, and then hook it to here. So basically the bar will be there going all the way to the bottom side. That's going to keep the bottom side from flowing out, and then I will do another bar from here. Now that's the plan for right now. It might change from here to here and there to there. That will give me my triangulated 4-link. Yep. I don't know. I need to make some link bars, and I'm going to get some tabs built up that are going to go on to the axle, and then I'm just going to kind of bolt everything together and kind of hold it there, and let's just see if that starts working. All right, both bars are completed. They actually match really good, if not 100% spot on. I'm gonna get these tabs put on the end here so I can start mocking up the whole shebang. Now we'll get that. Get a bolt on there. Get this set over here and start figuring out which way this is going to mount on there. Yep. So I may have already cheated also. I already have one over here. So I know it's going to work out fine. Just, you know, want to get myself prepped before I introduce you to what I was doing. So let's get at putting the passenger side together and then hopefully start working the front brackets. That'll be fun. All right, got the lower 4-link bars already set all in there. There's kind of the tab set up there, and we just saw the tab set up on that side. So now, remember, this is completely aired out. That is the axle all the way up. And now I have to, don't worry about the drive shaft right there, okay? Yes, it's gonna hit for sure, right there. But I'll have to come up with something. Anyways, back to, all right, now this is at it completely aired out, okay? So now what I want to do, I know my bags travel 9 inches. So I'm going to take that axle, I'm going to drop it down. Remember, we're at 14 3/4. I'm going to drop it down 4.5 inches, okay? So I'm going to put it about 10 inches. Yes, I know I'm about 1/4 inch off, but I'm going to put it at 10 inches. And then that's where I'm going to set these bottom bars, because that will be at the middle of my bag travel. And then I'll have those bars parallel to the frame and parallel to, well, the frame. So drop it down 10 inches and then start figuring out front brackets. Okay, drop that down the 4.5 inches I wanted to go. So now I am going to figure out where this bar is parallel to this frame. Now, yes, my concrete's probably soaking, so 0.3, I will now take this, put it on here, get it up to 0.3, which is about right there, about-ish. Okay, let's just assume 0.3. Now the distance right there between the top of the frame and the center of that hole, that's where I'm going to have my bracket come off. So that's where I need to know the measurements to design this front bracket. And that is 1.5 inches. Okay, 1.5 inches above the frame. And now just got to design something up, do it to both sides. Yep, that's it. All right, I got something designed up I think you guys are going to like. It's right there. Yep, that's it. This is the piece that will go on the frame. These are the front and the back brackets. And then this is like the side piece where the bar is going to kind of, go into it. Now all you got to do is bend that thing around, put some welding on it, and well, it comes out like this. So looking down, if I was sitting at the back of the truck, this is the frame right there. And that's where the bars are going to go. There's my 1.5 inches up from there to there. And well, I had to box the frame in right there in that section because, well, this doesn't have nothing to bite to if I don't. So I went ahead, put a box in there, tapered it back so I can get a good, nice, strong weld, and made a nice box. And well, you're probably asking me, why am I not just go ahead and box the rest of the frame right there? Make it look cool, make it, put that extra mile in. It's actually a step. It ain't that hard to box these things in, but I've been thinking. I do want to box it in, but to save myself some trouble later on, all those little holes right there, they're always all the way down the frame. Those are all the bolts, the holes for the body mounts. And if I take and box this in, then I've got to figure out to do longer bolts. Got to put holes. Let's just leave it the way it is. Okay, I'm leaving it the way it is. I'm going to box it right there where that bracket goes in there. I'm going to weld her in, and we're going to move on to the next project. All right, I've already kind of started the next step in the 4-link, and well, I say step. It's actually not a step forward. It is about 4 steps backwards, okay? Early in the video, you guys have probably seen where the drive shaft was just, completely shoved up against that cross member that went across that. Well, it took me a good 30 minutes to design and weld in and everything else. So that's what I mean by we're going backwards on this one. So here is where I'm at. All right, this is what it looks like all torched out. This is this is kind of behind the scenes right there. There's the plates I'd put in. This right here is the original cross member that came across. And then I had the other one sitting here. So I had basically two square tubes coming across, as well as it plated on top. So it was nice and thick. She wasn't going to go nowhere. And now it's going to look like this. All right. So I webbed pretty much the top. I also put an inner support gusset basically from, can you see, from here to the other side of the frame. So think of an L or a brace this way, but internal to the frame. So that was out of 1/4 inch steel. It's good and tight. I went ahead and boxed that in so we don't have any twisting action, which also will put another support across here so we won't have any twisting there. Now, where I'm at is, well, I just spent the last 1.5 hours trying to figure out what direction I want to go, and I figured out the best path forward. Well, in my head, okay. There's probably a bunch of other paths, but this is the one I'm going with. Let me show you. So I can't really put bags on top of the axle, okay? With the offset being over here and the axle tube being there at different diameters, it's just gonna be a pain in the butt. It's not gonna look cool, and it's not gonna really work the way I would like it to work. Plus, when the top of this pumpkin, well, when we're aired out, it sits higher. No, I'm sorry. Just a little bit lower, about 1 inch lower than the top of this bridge. So putting any type of bags in there, that ain't gonna work, okay? I don't have enough clearance in between there. I need 3.5 inches with that bag completely compressed. It's just not gonna work. So I cannot do an over axle bag setup on this. So well, brain went to, well, why don't we just go ahead and put some brackets on these lower 4-link bars and we can offset the bags here and do it here. Cool. We could do that too, but I don't want to, okay? I'm going to put the bags in the back, and that's going to give me more room to put, let me tell you why I don't want to, okay? It's not because I don't want to. If I had the bags here, I have to get the 4-link bars, the top triangulated bars, back in this area somewhere, and I don't like how short those are going to be back here. And well, it didn't set well with me, okay? So I like my upper triangulated bars about the same length, or a little bit smaller, not longer, obviously, or a little bit smaller or shorter than the bottom bars. So this way that I'm doing it right now is going to allow me to keep the bars relatively to the same length. I can use the same mounts, basically just put on top. I've already got to cut a hole out here in the floor because, well, the lower bars sit up about 2 inches higher than the frame. So this all wasted space I can use, or dead space I can use, and well, we should be able to come straight up there. Now you're probably saying, I've got to cut the floor out all the way back here. Yes, I'm going to have to, but that's nothing but just channeling the frame or the body up a little bit. Easy peasy. So this is where I'm at now. More racking of the brain. This pumpkin doesn't want to be just like every other pumpkin. It wants to be nice and smooth and texture, or nice and, work with me. So I've got to figure out, I'm trying to figure out how to get around all these little ribs here, make it fit nice, make it nice and tight, make the angles the same. And well, it's just kind of what I'm coming up with. I'm taking the brackets and they're kind of bird mouthing around all these fins. They're sitting flat over here. Anyways, we're getting her done. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I'm going to go ahead and get the other bar. This bar is already fully installed. I'm going to get this sidebar kind of tuned in, I guess you can say, as far as left to right angles or whatever to match this side. And well, we should be good to go on the triangulated 4 bars on top. As you can also see, the pinion angle is staying the same all the way throughout its travel. And well, that is what a triangulated 4-link is supposed to do. It's not supposed to move at all, okay? All right, stop the video. Today's code word is going to be sweet patina. 2 words, sweet patina, okay? You've got 5 days from the day this video dropped, not 5 days from the day you watched it, 5 days from the day the video dropped. That way it gives me time to go through all the comments first of all, and then gives me time to go through a randomizer and gets me time to get it put into the next video. So also what I need you to do, so people ain't cheating out there, because I know there's some cheaters out there, okay? Not only you got to put the word sweet patina in my comments, also go to my Instagram right here and drop me a personal message as to what time you saw this code word. Okay, so 2 things. Sweet patina in the comments and drop me a personal message with a timestamp. Good luck. So everything seems to be going according to plan right now, I would say. I know we had to pull some stuff out. I know we had to go back 4 steps, but that's all part of the project here. That's all part of the mock-up. That's all part of the whole game, okay? Which, we made some progress today. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys, for sticking around. One thing I really want to push in this video is sharing this out, guys. We had a huge growth for about 4 months, October, November, December-ish. I had a lot of subscriptions come in, and well, view counts really don't match the subscriptions. So what I'm doing is asking for a little bit of help. Hit that link, copy the link, put it in your Facebook, put it in your Instagram. I don't know, put it in your paper, write a letter, go get a bunch of envelopes and 100 stamps. It's a lot of licking and sticking of stamps. Maybe send it out that way. I don't know. You guys still use a fax machine? Fax machine it. Still using a home phone? I don't know how you're going to share it out that way, but maybe just call somebody and say, hey, check this guy out. Anyways, what I'm doing is asking for a little bit of help. I have a lot of cool projects coming for 2025. I have a lot of cool shows I want to be going to, and I got a lot of cool things actually coming up in the near future. And actually, in the next probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos, which you're not going to want to miss. I know I got probably the face only a mother can love, and well, I really can't work on that. Okay, I can't work on that much. So you get what you got. Anyways, maybe I'll throw a joke or 2 in there. Maybe that changes. I don't know. I don't know jokes. But anyways, what I'm doing is asking for a little bit of help. Let's see what we can do in 2025. Let's grow. Thanks a lot, guys, for sticking around. We'll see you next time.